Jim,
the double downgrade was so gratuitous. I mean, now you double downgrade them. I think Ford's got a great lineup. I think GM's doing well. I think the Cathie Wood is the kiss of death. The Coinbase call was embarrassing. The act is there was nothing wrong. I think GM's doing pretty well, but people don't want to own that stock going into recession. So, I mean, look, there's a lot of setups that are real bad, but let's deal with the setups that are not as bad. There's a lot of food and drug that's good. I know people don't want that, but that's working. And there's a lot of companies that have come down a great bit. Now, soon, I mean, if General Motors offered a dividend, which Mary Barr didn't want to do, I think people would be reluctant to sell it here. But it really is true that Cathie Wood is the kiss of death. And, you know, you usually don't want to say that, but I think you have to throw out all the bromides and really speak truthfully here because the viewers deserve it.
Jim,
she's awful.
I've been asking because I get maybe I'm just looking for some silver lining of some type. But do you ever remember a market bottom that's made before there's an overall capitulation across all indexes? I mean, is it possible that the individual leaders could have their own little, where everyone just basically pukes up everything that they have? I mean, you look at Netflix or even the big tech leaders, aren't they down enough to make a real bottom individually?
I think that they're, people just sell them because they're a source of funds. I mean, we've had bottoms that are caused by, say, Warren Buffett coming in and buying. We saw that with Bank of America. We've had bottoms where they wiped out 330 new companies that came public between 1990 and 2000. So, I mean, there has to be more destruction. We had a bottom in, we had a 2018 bottom, but that was with the S&P at 13 times earnings. We're at 16 to 17 times earnings. So we're still a little too high, but the panic's pretty thick. We have to find out how much systemic problems come from Tether. We don't know because the information has always been so sketchy. I mentioned Coinbase. I picked on them because they picked on Gary Gensler, which turned out to be not a great thing to do. But, look, I mean, are there things to buy? I think there are things to buy. It's just that I think that we have to watch the big mega cap tech companies come in a little more to where the point that their multiples are lower. And I think that this is a remodelization. But when I look at like a Tether, I want to know how much is really in that. I've been complaining about Tether for months, and no one really cared. And then I stopped complaining about it because I thought I was a broken record. It turned out to be a pretty good record.